All right. We're back. Okay. So this this broadcast today, or for the rest of this one will be. We're gonna sit back. We're gonna enjoy this one. Just straight up relax. Make some points. Have a good conversation. Because I am buzzing like hell. I feel like I don't even know what that feels like, but I feel like um I don't know. I just feel really good right now. Um, I'm thankful that we were able to experience this. With the Patriots, having a bad situation um, this year. With everything that happened, the transition and stuff. So I'm thankful that Tom was able to, get something going in Tampa Bay, and they were able to achieve this. So we get to feel this, we get to experience it. Um, I said that we were playing with house money before. Now it's just just the getting to experience the lead up, the 2 weeks to the lead up to the Super Bowl is going to be extraordinary. Now, I mean, that gives us the ability now to just have so many cool shows and ideas for the next 2 weeks to get prepared. It's just going to give us a chance to have a lot of fun, and I think that's amazing. So I'm really happy about that. Okay. Um, hey, Bitcoin. So to recap real fast, the Bills kicked a field goal, 51-yarder, longest in Chiefs in Arrowhead Stadium history in the playoffs, and then the Bills just got to stop. It looked like Tyreek Hill dropped it, but so the Chiefs had to punt, which is not something they normally do. So and the Bills are receiving. Uh, Now it's just in trend the turnover advertisements. So and we're back. So how you doing, Milena?
Great. I'm
Great, good. Me too.
very happy.
And how are you guys doing? Good night, Bitcoin. Thank you, man. It was awesome, great game. Awesome game. Yeah, me too. See it twice. Sissy Chubbs, hell yeah. We will, I'll have plenty of things to say about what they're going to do, going to the Super Bowl. But this is gonna sound really cliche. I need to watch the tape. Okay, so and the only reason I'm saying that is because you guys experienced that just now. I didn't process even half of it. You know,
Between what, like reading the
between everything.
chats,
Yeah, the reading the chat,
tuning in, running
interacting with
everything.
people,
Yeah.
running the show, and then those guys had the game before I could react to it, so it didn't register like if it would in real time. So I need to go back and look at all that. But so we're gonna have 2 weeks to second guess and
Review.
criticize and analyze and all that. And plus, it'll actually be even easier because we'll know the opponent. So right now, these opponents are completely different. That's what the thing about this game. This game right now between the Chiefs and the Bills, they're a completely different animal, depending on who it is. And so we really don't know anything for about 4 more hours. So.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that almost got picked. Addie says, I'd rather win ugly than lose pretty. That's for
Yeah.
damn sure.
I mean, a win is a win. And that's what we needed, so. Or Tom needed.
Maria. I thought something was wrong. I can't see very well. Okay. I was like, what the hell's going on?
What is going on?
Ugh.
Ah, your glasses.
It's those lights are just they're too bright. Yeah.
Bright light.
Okay, so much better. All right. Let's see what Buffalo can do here. But it's just I didn't want to consider too much if Tom was going to win or not. Wow, look at Josh go. Damn. He is really fast for a big dude. Shit. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I wanted to wait, before I started talking about, maybe Brady could win the VAS MVP. Maybe not. I didn't want to mention that too much when the playoffs first started because I didn't want to jinx the whole thing. But now he could win it. Like he potentially doesn't even have to win the Super Bowl if it depends on the other three guys and their final numbers. But I'll tell you what, those 3 picks ain't going to help much. But the fact that he won the game still means that those interceptions don't cost nearly as much as they normally would. So, and Josh Allen just took a completely crappy sack. That was terrible. That was bad. So, good job about the Chiefs' defense. Oh, face mask.
Who's everyone rooting for?
Pusher.
Any Chiefs fans here?
I don't think so. Are there any Chiefs or Bills fans here?
Yeah, the Bills fans I can see. They're typing it in the chat.
I think. Are they saying no? They're just saying that they're going for the Bills.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh,
But
I meant who are you rooting for?
oh, okay, yeah. But are there actually any Bills fans or Chiefs fans here right now? That you are a fan of them, like always. Just curious. Mike Dog says game over. Game over for who? Game just started.
I know. That was a fast game.
Oh, my punt. Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe that's what he meant. Okay, so maybe that's what you're talking about. Wow. Wow.
who's favored.
You have to catch the ball before you run with it. Catch the ball before you run with it.
Hold, catch, hold.
Catch, hold. Catch,
Don't forget
hold. Catch,
step number 2.
hold.
Hold.
Catch, hold. Good thing for the Chiefs that they can score at will almost. Well, normally they can. Yeah, Mike. That was just that was
Touchdown.
try to take off with the ball to go where you want to go without securing it, and these guys make this mistake all the time. Receivers do it a lot. They'll drop it. They won't make the catch, and it's just. And that right there was going to help Josh Allen's case for the MVP. Wow. Okay.
Good.
Yeah, exactly, Javi. Exactly. Just the fact, no matter what happens, just the fact that the Bills are in the AFC Championship game. I mean, do people understand that when the Patriots in this century, okay, when the Patriots are not in the AFC Championship game, the Jets were in it twice, and now the Bills. You know that's a pretty good run, a pretty good mixture of AFC Championship game participants. Not too bad, right? So. Yeah, see it twice. No lead is safe. I think we just learned that one a while ago. Yeah. Although the Bills don't have a coach as stupid as Bruce Arians, but we'll hold on the Bruce Arians hate for now.
Yeah.
So we got plenty of time for that. Like I said, I'd like to watch the game again. So. Yeah, Luke, that would be crazy. Bills, Buccaneers, Super Bowl. What the hell? I mean, really? Bizarro world.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, Luke, I know those picks bother me too. They're actually on my mind right now. Like, I was thinking, I want to brag about what a game he had, but then those picks, they're just hard to defend. I mean,
yeah.
At the same time, you got to give the offense credit for getting up that far, but they actually got up that far also because of a fumble that the defense forced. But still, they did their job. They did what they were supposed to do and put 28 points on the board. But then it all just went to shit in the second half. And it's just some decision making and some things that the Packers did on their own that inflict damage on themselves. You need a little luck sometimes. But we could look at it another way. If that was the Patriots up 28-10, that game doesn't unfold like that. That game's a blowout. So you could look at it from that standpoint, that it should have never gotten that bad to where the Packers had a chance. It never should have got that. It just should have been shut down. And stupid play calling kept them in it. It should have remained a blowout. So, I mean, I guess you could look at it both ways. Yeah, that was all decision making. First, it was bad decision making with Arians choice to continue to throw it downfield. And then Tom had to make the bad decisions to actually go with them instead of checking out of the plays when he should have switched it and said, no, this is stupid. I'm going to check down. I mean, no, we're not doing that right now. So how they beat Green Bay and Lambeau is insane. Okay, you don't win in Green Bay. It's just hard. It's just difficult. It's like New England. It's just if you can win in Lambeau or in Gillette Stadium, places like that, Seattle, in the playoffs, that's a big deal. But if they play even close to that mentality that they had today, either one of these AFC teams is going to, it's just going to be bad. Yeah. So, especially the Chiefs. The Chiefs, you're going to give them 3 turnovers like that? Come on. Andy Reid is a far better coach than Matt LaFleur. And Matt LaFleur is a pretty good coach. So, here's what the Buccaneers are doing. This is how scary this team actually is, how good they are. They are winning in spite of their coach. So, they start every game on a handicap. They start every game in the hole with an anchor because of their coach. That's remarkable. So imagine if you just gave them an even average coach. Just some top 15 guy, 10 through 15 type dude. Hell, imagine just getting rid of Arians and just letting the coordinators run the team. So. That's true, Jabby. That's a good point, actually. He says at least most of those picks were back on Packers territory, and yeah. Yeah, and that's why I'd like to say. That's why I'm saying I'd like to watch it again. I want to see why. I want to see as we were experiencing it, it was mind-numbing, and I know it's bad, and I know it's going to be bad when I see it again. But maybe it won't be as bad. Maybe there's something there. I doubt it, but if there's something there, of course I will. You guys know me. I'm always straight down the middle. I don't care if it benefits me or not, or I'll admit it. But I don't know, man. In real time, that was pretty fucked up. That was some rough stuff. So I'm really interested to see Patrick move around. They're known for those broken plays, and I need to see that. He supposedly has turf toe, and a messed up nerve in his neck. So we'll see. It's crazy. You got to give Chiefs credit. This is their 3rd straight AFC Championship game at home. Yeah. So this is the 3rd time in a row that they played for the Lamar Hunt Trophy, the trophy named after their owner, their original owner. That's pretty cool. Of course, I'm sure the Bears wishes they could do that, because the NFC Trophy is called the George Halas Trophy, which was just handed to Tom Brady. But George Halas is the founder of the Bears, and they would love to earn the NFC trophy again, the NFC Championship trophy, but they just don't seem to get it together. They're always a quarterback away, right? Yeah. So I think Dean. I think the Bills, because as soon as I turned it on, the Bills. Yeah, the Bills received. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was heads or tails. I have no idea. When I was able to turn it on, they were receiving the kickoff. Second and 11 in Bills territory. Mahomes, he was moving in the pocket okay. He might he might have happy feet, but that might be a mental thing. So but this is a great Bills team. They're good coach. They're a well coached team, and so I don't see them do stupid stuff very often, other than that sack that Josh Allen took a while ago. But okay, that stop was huge. They should go for it though. They're the Chiefs. They can go for it here. I would. When you got an offense like that, you could afford to do shit like that. In the first quarter, come on, go for it. Besides, you can't get 1 yard right now. That'll tell you something about this game. And maybe that will give you something to think about. So, oh, timeout. Yeah, Shepler. The Bears got to do something. They got to do something. I mean, they have never had a quarterback. Like, it's. Think about this. Jay Cutler might be the best quarterback they've ever had. That's scary. That's frightening. You know? So. Now, if you think about it, guys, I know that the Bills are one of our rivals. However, it's not like the Jets, okay? The Bills, if they go to the Super Bowl, that's a victory for our division. That's great. That's a great thing. That's, people say that our division sucks. Well, look, so it could be a great thing for us. We're never gonna have to worry about it with the Jets, probably. So don't have to worry about it. $2 super chat from John Thomas Chavez. He says, Brady's living Chris Sims' dream with Sims' team. Yeah. I know, right? I know.
Do you think he'll write a song for him? For
Chris Sims? Probably probably a hate song.
Like
yeah.
Forever and ever.
Forever and ever, yeah.
Forever. Greatest quarterback forever and ever.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But that's true though, John. Chris Sims, his NFL dream, of course, was to be a great quarterback and win a Super Bowl, and he was drafted to the Bucs, so that was his team. And he hates Tom. He absolutely hates Tom Brady. And Brady just took his team to the Super Bowl. I mean, okay, now it's not just that, though. Tom beat his favorite player.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't hear you very well with my headphones.
Oh, I didn't see.
Because your voice doesn't come through. So I apologize. But absolutely, John. That's so true. Chris Sims is a douche. But think about it. Tom Brady won with his team at the same time, took out his favorite player. Guys, This is what is called karma.
Yeah.
Okay? This is Chris Sims being such a dick and such a jackass that stuff like this comes back to haunt you. Because he gets to be on national TV, so he gets to talk to millions of people and spew his nonsense. So he's held accountable. So the football gods, they see someone like him and they judge you based off of how many people you influence. It's kind of like preachers and religion. God will hold you responsible if you're a preacher more than a regular person. If you're preaching to people and you're preaching wrong, or you're doing it for the wrong reasons, or if you're a hypocrite, okay? So God will judge you worse because you're held accountable. Well, it's the same thing with football. So the football gods see that you are on NBC Sports and you have a huge audience, and they say, "Oh, really? Oh, really? That's what you think? Okay. Well, what do you think about this? A heartbreaking loss of your favorite player in his own stadium by the guy that you have been shitting on your entire career." So, exactly, not Walker. Giddy up, giddy up. Excuse me. I'm not going to have a voice tomorrow. Is that true, Deep Winter? Sims couldn't remember the plays Gruden was giving him. I don't doubt it. He's an idiot. Luke, that's what we were yelling at the whole time. I mean, we all all four of us nearly had a nervous breakdown, wondering why he kept throwing the ball deep. Why?
And to the same person.
Yeah, it's just exactly to the same person. It's just really. So.
He's stubborn.
Copycat, that's funny. Shit is better than Sims.
That was hilarious.
I think we got a good game on our hands. I think this is gonna be very interesting. I just think we're all jazzed up right now.
Hey, got an interesting question. Do you see Robbins? Do you think Tom Brady looks good naked? I do. I'm pretty sure he does look good naked. So that's to answer your question. Thank you for asking.
Well, I don't know. Do I have to answer that?
I don't know.
I figure he's probably got like a dad body, you know?
A what body?
A dad body.
A dad. Like,
You know, like a dad bod, whatever they call it.
I don't know. I actually don't.
I don't know.
That's okay.
I don't know what I'm saying, actually. I don't even know why I'm answering that.
You don't have to. I did.
You did. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, well, like we expect, the Chiefs scored almost as if it was no big deal. Yeah, the predictable. Yeah, exactly. Random Patriots fan. Eli has the dad bod, Eddie. Yeah. Also, I just want to let you guys know, if you see someone and their name is in green and they've got a VAS logo next to the name, it means that they have joined the membership, and it's our empire. So we want you to be a part of the empire, and it starts out at $1.99 a month. So, and the reason I'm plugging it is because we have something cool that we want to you to be a part of. We want you to. It's a group. It's more than that. It's not just about membership and perks and things. It's way beyond that. We want it to become a club, and we have a goal that if we reach a certain amount of members, we'd like to have a convention. So we all meet each other and watch football together and stuff, and it'd be great. So I hope you sign up now. And plus, when you sign up, it helps the algorithm. It tells, and I was told this by the people at Google, so you can trust it apparently. But you sign up for the membership. It helps the algorithm. It helps the channel. So just if you're sending super chats already, I mean, you might as well just sign up $1.99 per month. You probably already sent that in a $2 super chat, right? So you might as well do that and then be a part of the membership, be a part of the group, and get all the exclusives and the private sessions we're going to have. So, no, that's the wrong kind of trust. When I said trust Google, yeah, I trust them when it comes to them making money for themselves. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that's the kind of trust I'm referring to. Nightwalker, are you serious? Arians. I'm sorry, I've got to post that.
What did he say?
So Nightwalker says, Arians got asked about the fiasco with the deep pass interceptions. His explanation was that he wanted to extend the lead. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is an idiot. He's a complete idiot. Wow. He just can't help himself. Let's go, Jared. Hell yeah. Yeah, that was so awesome. We hit 100. Jason Patrick Saunders, £5 super chat. He's also known as in the Empire, guys. He is Supreme Commander. He is in charge of the entire military. He sends a £5 super chat and says, "Join the Empire." I bet it would sound really good in your British accent.
Yeah. How would it sound like? Join the Empire. No.
Join the Empire. Yeah, you can say it with the evil British voice. I hope the Bills can keep this close so we have a good game. Well, that's cool. We have one new member still. Copycat joined, and my brother Stephen Allen joined, and so did Angel Nikolov today. So we're up to 18 members now, guys. That's awesome. If we can get to 100, we're gonna have a convention where we all meet up. So. Actually, C. Robbins, I heard that Tom can drink. I heard he was a pretty good drinker.
Really?
So, yeah. Rivera, am I Darth in this empire? No, I'm not Darth. So. Although we do have a VAS Hall of Fame, and the Hall of Fame, instead of inductees, it's the gods. So the Roman Empire had the gods. They had Greece had Mount Olympus, and Rome had Elysium. And instead of Zeus or Jupiter, Tom Brady is designated, because we say that the Hall of Fame in real life, they say it's immortality. We literally are taking that. So we are literally going that. And in this Hall of Fame, we get to choose who gets in. None of this bullshit. Like, oh, you played 15 years and you racked up a bunch of stats in the regular season and never achieved a damn thing in the postseason. But since you played so long, we're going to get you in the Hall of Fame anyway. No. That's not what we do. Okay? When someone is in the Hall of Fame, it means that they are on the same level as the other guy. The Hall of Fame in Canton right now is going to put Eli Manning and Phillip Rivers in there. Once you get in there, there is no differentiation between one player or the other. So in 100 years, when someone goes in there, they're going to think Tom Brady and Eli Manning and Phillip Rivers are the same person. They're going to just think, oh, they're all great. It's bullshit. And we're going to put a stop to that. So, to get into our Hall of Fame, you've got to be great. Nice drop, by the way. Okay, C. Robbins, good for you. That's nice to know, I guess. Josh Allen almost took another freaking sack. Another bad one. Dude, the Chiefs, I mean, they're not the 85 Bears, okay? What are you doing? Stop acting like an idiot. Okay, never mind. He did take a bad sack. Intentional grounding. I thought that was intentional grounding, but I didn't see a flag at first. But no, there it is. Yeah, I don't know, Copycat. That's what I was wondering. It's like, what the hell? I mean, we know it's hard to win in Kansas City, especially in the playoffs, right? You know, they've got a good crowd and everything, but it's not even a full capacity. I mean, you should be able to get this done. I mean, only the greats can win in Kansas City in the AFC Championship game, right? There's only been these three and one before that, so it's not like it's happened a lot, but it sounds good. We have a guest. It is one of the Legion guys, none other than Jared Weaver. Jared, how you doing, man?
Hey, Jared.
Is my camera off, Center?
Your camera's on.
I'm making it worse. Okay. Am I not centered?
Let me see if I can help you out on that. There you go. I have the power.
Okay. So Brady is going to his 10th Super Bowl?
10th, yes.
Double digits?
Double digits, yes.
So you're making a pantheon of Olympians
Yes.
that have played in football.
Yes.
And you're looking at doing people who are peerless, essentially.
Yes. The gods.
Yeah, so it's Tom Brady and nobody else.
Well, Tom Brady is Jupiter. How about that? The god
Brady
of gods. The god of gods. Okay.
Who was the top Titan?
The goat.
The ones that
The top Titan.
Yeah, the ones that was it Kronos or something like that.
Probably.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess that's Montana because.
But you had Cronus. You had you had the Kraken.
The Kraken. Yeah.
You had Medusa. I don't know if she's considered a Titan though. She's a Gorgon, but I'm not sure if she's a Titan. But probably Kronos.
I'm sure that I would say Joe Montana's Kronos and Tom Brady just kicked him off of Olympus.
Yeah.
And you know what a big fan of Montana I am. So
It's crazy. 10. 10.
that's more
He,
than
it's just,
twice what Montana went to.
I don't understand it.
It's truly mind-boggling. So I know there's still a game going on tonight, and I didn't get to watch the game, but just listening to the show and looking online, I know it wasn't Tom Brady's best second half, certainly, but regardless, the legacy that he has built in his career. Is he on his third Hall of Fame career now?
Yeah. Yeah. I will be able to um, either this year or maybe next year, but one way or another, I'll be able to divide him up into three careers. It's freaking. It's stupid. It's so insane. And oh, we have Julius Beyer here. He says, "Make Bill Belichick Kronos." I like that.
So, yeah, see it twice. So that John Elway had the second most with 5 appearances, and Brady has doubled that. That's to be able to take a team, and now 2 teams, 2 franchises, to 10 Super Bowls. And, of course, the ironic part of this playoff run is that the only home game he's going to get during the playoffs is the Super Bowl.
Exactly. That's the biggest, like, what the crap,
So I think it was 2 years ago, everybody was screaming, oh, Brady's not that great. He only wins home playoff games.
I remember that.
No, not really.
They said that all the way up to the Chiefs AFC Championship game when he had to go on the road.
Mm-hmm.
He can't win on the road. He can't win on the road.
No.
Oh, really?
But of course he did. Now he's won 4 consecutive road playoff games.
No, 3.
Road playoff games? Because last year was home, but they didn't win.
Oh, shit. That's right. Because the year before was Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. You're absolutely correct.
So, screw all of them. The Brady hate is palpable in the media, but what he's been able to accomplish
It's insane.
is beyond words.
Look at LA Rams 23 just said, and by the way, welcome. I love seeing new people.
Can you keep the score?
What?
You want to keep the score also?
I will in a second.
And
LA
by
Rams
the way,
23
make
says,
sure you,
go ahead, Jared.
I was just gonna say, make sure you hit the like button.
The Chiefs score another touchdown. LA Rams 23 says the craziest stat is Brady now has more playoff wins versus NFC teams with 9 than Wilson, Aikman, and Warner, and has as many as McNabb and Staubach, and is 1 behind Rodgers and Montana. And keep in mind, all those quarterbacks played in the NFC. That is...
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous.
Like, there is no peer for Tom Brady. Not at this point.
If the Bucks pull on the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, what they did today, it's over. It's done. It's finished. Just write them off.
Yeah.
The Chiefs?
Yeah.
What's their salary cap like? Because they're going to be coming up on some big salary cap hits, I imagine.
Um, I'll need to check it, but I don't think it's too bad because Mahomes' deal was pretty good. Like,
Team friendly. Okay.
yeah, because it's back end and it's long term, so they were able to take a
Okay.
hit
So
on it.
he's following the Brady model.
Yeah, which
That's
I
good.
thought was really
That's
cool. So,
very wise.
and I
Yeah, I
think
remember talking to you the other day that the Saints are just
oh,
beyond buried in cap.
the Saints are screwed. Okay, the Saints just to get even. Okay, well, okay. So here's this problem with the Saints. All right, the Saints can't just get even. Okay, because they need to get into the green because they have to be able to sign their draft picks. So
Yeah,
not only
absolutely.
do they have to get even, but they've got to add 15, maybe even 20. It just depends. But and then you've got to have enough room to sustain any kind of eventualities during the season. So they're mega screwed. They're 100 million in the red. 100 million. 100 million in the red, which means that they're like 120 million in the red. Technically,
Yeah.
or they need to make up
So
120 million. It's
uh,
I've I've never seen anything like it before.
so the Saints are screwed. The Panthers, they're still trying to find their feet.
Which team?
The Panthers, Carolina.
Yeah, they're kind of hard to figure out. They're new coach, new quarterback. Like all the quarterbacks this year, the new guys had some trouble because there was no preseason. Like Philip, Tom had trouble, Cam, and Terry or Teddy. So these guys, So I'm curious to see what Carolina does, but yeah, I don't think the Saints are going to be a factor next year. At least not what they were this time. So
Right. And then the Falcons are imploding on purpose this offseason, right?
yeah, I think overall the Panthers will be the best team. They got Christian McCaffrey, who is one of the best. I think he's the best running back
Oh,
in the NFL.
absolutely.
So you got him. Teddy Bridgewater is a very capable quarterback, and like I said, nobody was doing good with no preseason, and he didn't have very many weapons. And again, new
Right.
coach, new coach, and new quarterback, and no preseason. That's just a big
Right.
mess. And then they lost McCaffrey for a lot of games actually. I don't know exactly how many, but there was a bunch. It's just yeah, they're up and coming though. I like them.
Yeah. So you have a division that's going to be scrambling to find its feet with the different teams. Obviously, the Falcons are purposely imploding. The Saints are screwed financially, and the Panthers are still trying to gel. And then you have a Tom Brady team who's coming off of a Super Bowl, whether they win or not, with another year or another offseason where they can gel together.
Yeah.
I don't want to look ahead to next year, but looking ahead next year, Brady's not going anywhere.
Exactly. And like you said, the number one point to that is they'll have known each other for a year. That's the number one.
If he can get his timing down with Mike Evans and pick up a few offensive linemen.
I tell you what, Jared, I am not a big fan of Mike Evans, and it's not like I hate him or anything. So don't people don't start going,
Sure.
oh my God, you hate Evans. No, I don't hate Evans. I'm just not crazy about him. And with all the guys that they've got, they said they're going to bring AB back. See what you can get for him. See what you can get for him. Just take a look. I don't like. There's just some things about him I don't like, and it just rubs me the wrong way. But that's probably that could be the Patriot fan in me talking, because we don't like guys who don't seem to give it 100% on every play. They don't. They can't keep their temper down, and yeah, if your quarterback throws a bad ball, you fight for that to make sure it's not picked. Like you fight like hell. And there's just times where I see him and he infuriates me. But then there's times he's just brilliant. But it's just too, chaotic and stuff. But either way,
To Jekyll and Hyde.
yeah, they're gonna be good next year. And again, so now they've made the Super Bowl. So no matter what, there's but like I said in the game before this one, the 49ers are going to be back. There's no reason they should have been here this year. They just got killed with injuries. Do you know by the end of the season that their quarterback was playing with $60 million in active salary cap money?
Jeez.
$60 million. He was playing with an active salary cap of $60 million. That is pathetic. That is absolutely atrocious. That's how many injuries the 49ers had.
Wow. So, what else do you see with the Buccaneers? I know you talked about the offensive line is suspect.
I think they'll get better too. I mean, they got a rookie, Tristan Wirfs, that, he's a first-round pick. He should 1 year experience. Now he's got playoff experience already. To get experience like that and as a rookie, and to get to say that you protected Tom Brady in your rookie year, that's big.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I actually, for Tom's sake, I know it sounds kind of weird, but I'd like to see the defense get even more ridiculous.
Okay.
So
in what ways?
Let's just add another dude, another is a freak, like I don't know. I need to look like who's available and stuff or who's gettable, but I don't know. Go after somebody. There's a few. There's a misconception about the Bucs defense. They got a lot of all-stars, a lot of names, and that would be an amazing group of guys if this was 2013. And in 2013, that would have been you wouldn't have been able to afford the salary for that team. But it's not 2013. Right. And so a lot of these guys are at the end, Mm-hmm. So you're going to have to do something. And at least that secondary needs help, apparently. So.
Yeah, that's what people in the chat are talking about, the need for secondary.
Tampa needs a lockdown corner. Yeah. Everybody could use one of those, right?
Yeah.
A
few people
have
mentioned Edelman.
Yeah. So Edelman, what do we think about Edelman?
I with all the injuries he sustained and being as small as he is, I think it would be cool to see him as a wide receivers coach in Tampa.
I think he'd be a great coach. No doubt about it. I think we can.
No, Shaq said he's already coming back.
New England.
Yeah, Shaq said he's coming back to New England.
But Julian is probably one of the toughest players I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
Speaking of, and I know that there's a game going on, but you mentioned before the salary cap space that the Patriots are going to be able to play with.
Hell yeah.
And New England fans should be excited. And with Tom coming there next year, obviously we got to figure out what's going to go with all the travel and everything else going on in the world. But is that something that you're looking to do for the Von Allen meetup or convention or?
For that game was going to be it'd be impossible to do something on that scale. So that game would be more for Legion, I'm thinking. So.
Okay.
Yeah. But the Patriots salary cap room, Bill's going to have a lot to choose from. Obviously the number one, like none of this matters if you don't get a quarterback. None of it. So we can talk about, we got defense and we got this guy and this guy. You ain't got a quarterback, you ain't shit. Okay.
Right, and there's 2 quarterbacks that are going to be on everybody's discussion board when it comes to the Patriots. Which one do you prefer?
Which Matt? Yeah.
Right.
I'll take either one. So either one is a good pick. I prefer Ryan, but I'll take them both.
Now that's homecoming for Matt Ryan because he played it in Boston College.
Yeah, exactly. It is.
So that would be a ideal situation for him personally because that's home for him.
If the Bills aren't careful, they're going to get blown out here.
Yeah, I don't mean to distract from the game. I'm just.
No, you're not at all. It's actually just kind of chugging along.
Just wanted to get your thoughts.
I think the second half.
Everything going on.
The second half will really be, really where it picks up. Shaq, what's up, man?
Hey, I just needed to put something in my stomach after that game.
Sure. Yeah, I can't wait to eat something after this one. So.
Hey, Jared, what's up, man?
What's up? You got you got Edelman coming back next year. Who do you want throwing him the ball?
Everyone is talking about Matthew Stafford, but I mean, I guess I wouldn't mind him, but I wouldn't trade a first-round pick for him.
Hell no! No. Who said that?
People were. There's people saying trade the first round draft pick for Stafford, and I'm like, oh, not a 33. How old is he? 33.
Yeah, but you gotta take on the contract too. That's the problem.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's ridiculous. It's like I said about Watson. Okay, Watson wants to get out of Houston, but yet he wants to go to a team that's not only going to have to take on his salary, which means they can't get more players, but they've got to give up a bunch of draft picks. So he's not going to get help in that regard. So you got to think about what you're doing, you know? So what the hell are the Bills doing? Can someone answer that?
Playing almost the same defense that the Buccaneers played.
I hate how easy this game is now. Like, it's just hit somebody. Light them up. Look at that.
It's like they're afraid.
He ran right next to Patrick Mahomes and completely missed him. Mahomes didn't even do anything. He just took like 3 inches to the side.
And then you got this big fat log running.
What the hell? How is this possible?
This is how Super Bowls are won.
Yeah, that's true. We saw that last year.
Hit somebody. This is... And Kelsey just chugged his ass to the 1-yard line. The Bills are not the team... They're not the kind of team that can play shootout with these guys. Their chance to win was their defense keeping the Chiefs from running away with the score. Listen, there's certain quarterbacks that fit the New England way. And the reason I keep pushing for Matt Ryan is because when Matt Ryan was drafted, I said, like, I didn't have on sports, but I'd say to my friends and, fellow people, like, on chat rooms and stuff, this was back, like, 2009, I think. But I said, this guy reminds me of Tom. Like, I evaluated him, looked at his college stuff, looked at his interviews and everything, and it's just this guy was Tom. Like he had that thing about him. And I said, he's going to be he's going to be a great player, and he is a great player. I just think
For a
that he
horrible
fits.
franchise.
Yeah, but I think he fits the Patriot way. I think his mentally, he's there. He stays on the field. He never gets injured. The Falcons'
No.
problems is not Matt Ryan's fault. Okay, let's get that straight.
No.
So,
No.
Captain Forever had an interesting point.
Oh yeah. Imagine Matthew Stafford leaving Detroit and then he's back with Matt Patricia. That's true. Jeremy starts. I mean, honestly, I don't buy into the whole NFL's fixed stuff. But, dude, seriously, why does no one ever hit Mahomes? I don't mean hit him like hurt him. I don't want him hurt. I just meant why can no one make a form tackle on him? Is he wearing?
Yeah, he must have the force field of
that crap. Yeah, is he Jedi? Is it a Jedi mind trick? What is it? Because I have never seen anything like this.
He's got to stick him on his jerseys.
I don't know. I don't know what the hell.
Well, not stick him.
He's doing.
What was it? What was the gel they put on their jerseys in the 80s? Not stick 'em.
Silicone.
Silicone. Yeah, that. So Shaq, are you excited about Patricia coming back?
You know what? Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say excited, but I think it's good that he's going to a situation where he thrived. I know everybody's mad about Super Bowl 52, which is fine. But look, he won 3 Super Bowls with the team. So, and he's not going to be calling any plays, and that's the big thing. So,
Right.
So,
but he's got a good mind. He's got a good mind.
Right, exactly. And I'm just glad that he'll be there where he thrives. And just like Josh McDaniels, he came back after a while. So it's better to be at the place where you thrive rather than somewhere where you have to be by yourself and everything's dependent on you.
Right. Which brings up another good question for Aaron. I think they do you think McDaniels comes back next year? Because I know you're not the biggest McDaniels fan.
It's a love-hate relationship with Josh. There's times where I think he's brilliant, and then there's times I want to kill him. But
Sure.
It's, I'm still torn on what he's going to do because he quit on Indy, and by doing so, he turned away a great opportunity, a great team. You don't get chances like that. Usually teams that have a coach turnover are shit, complete rebuilds. And Indianapolis was ready to go, and that team was built for Andrew Luck, and he said no to it. So what would it take for him to say no to that? And I have to think that Belichick promised him to be the heir apparent in New England. But I think what's happened is, at the time, Belichick thought he would be done in a few years, and now Bill has changed his mind. Because we do know that he's mentioned that he said when he made a promise, he said he didn't want to coach in his 70s, and now he said, I didn't know I was going to feel this good and this healthy in my late 60s. So, if he's rethinking things, then that means Josh will leave. But if not, then Josh stays, and that's kind of the gauge that you have to figure out is when is it? And that's right. What I'm wondering. I also thought sometimes that maybe Bill wants to go somewhere else. Maybe he wants to do like Parcells did, which is go somewhere and just be an executive, not be a coach or something. But I have no idea. I have no idea if that's what he wants. But maybe he had that in mind before, and now he's changing his mind. So,
you know what?
I can see it.
When he's done, he'll be totally done. I think that that's why he's not ready now.
Yeah.
Because when he's done, I don't think he wants to do anything else because, Football has been a part of his life for more than half of his life, right? For almost 50 years. So I think after that, there's nothing else for more for him to give.
I tell you what, guys, and I that just reminds me, I forgot, but I had heard from someone that I trust that Bill is probably making somewhere around $18 million a year.
Wow.
Why are you?
Who's going to pay that?
Yeah. Yeah. So it looks
I'm
like
like,
he's
oh,
108 wins. Go ahead, check.
oh no, you go ahead.
So it looks like he's 108 wins behind Don Shula all time. So
Right, and that's
he's if
that's still a long way away.
yeah, if that's his goal, he's got
Wait,
at least 10 more years.
wait, is that regular season or is it total?
I think that's regular season.
Okay, because total wins, it has to be a lot closer.
Oh, if it's just regular season, he's never going to get that. That's
Yeah,
impossible. But if it's total, he's okay. I think he's within 40 something. So
yeah, because 40 is like 2 seasons or
I'm not
three.
sure
Three.
what the
Yeah,
number
about
is.
three seasons. Um,
But yeah, so
oh,
basically, Belichick gets like 10 million for being a head coach and 8 million for being the general manager. Is how you look at
right.
it, I guess. So
I say he's deserving of that because
I'm not
these other
surprised.
people out here,
Yeah,
these other people out here. I mean, in perspective, Jared Goff makes $36 million.
it's yeah,
You
like
know,
that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
I
not
think
not that
it's
I'm saying that the
appropriate.
players are not
Yeah,
worth more than the coaches, but I mean,
are they?
well,
Okay,
depends on
so
the player.
how many players is worth Bill Belichick?
Hmm.
Very few, right? Very few.
Very few.
So
Yeah,
I would say Tom.
there you go.
yeah,
So 18 million is a steal if you look at it like that, and it doesn't count against the salary cap. So
exactly.
you,
What?
you can give him what you want. It doesn't
Right.
matter.
You,
So
you know what I'm loving about this about Brady's this win is that all of a sudden all these networks, ESPN, NFL Network, they've shitted on him for his entire career, and now they're giving him all the props in the world. Like this tweet from NFL Game Day: "It's hard to put the greatness of Tom Brady into words, but the players he shared the field with have a lot to say."
what?
Okay, but they've
What?
they've there have been many players who've said a lot, and they underneath is a clip of one of Brady's top 100 uh, things. But you were one of the networks who take a dump on him every week, and now you want to
Mhm.
rewrite history and say, "Oh, you love him so much."
Yeah.
Like what happened
Speaking of
to
rewriting,
Cheater?
and good segue into my next question, Shaq. I didn't get a chance to see it because I don't have the platform. I guess I need to watch it on. But what did you think of the latest Brady um, documentary that came out?
We got 4 games in fall. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's it.
It was really good. It was basically what the film is about is it takes place during the Deflategate. So basically, it's all throughout like that 2015 from January, the end of January after the AC Championship game to uh, right around the time it ends. So, and
Mm-hmm.
especially in that time of the off season. I mean, and of course, we all remember it as Patriots fans. Like but it doesn't really delve into the facts of the late game, whatever. What it really does is it shows the media's obsession with it and how the media
Mm-hmm.
influenced fans' opinions of it, like the court of public opinion. And it's kind of like a modicum of how the media influences opinions, and it's kind of true of everything. right? And the
Yeah,
Deflategate,
he
like
Twitch
it
face
really,
does
like
a
it
really
was,
good job of that.
yeah, it was everywhere. Like Deflategate was everywhere. Like even in places where you wouldn't expect people to talk about Deflategate, it was being talked about. Whether it's a hate of Brady or the Patriots or both, it was like that. Like it was on the View, the View.
Dude,
Hmm.
Like
my
that's
my
that's how
my
ridiculous it
mother
was.
my mother knew about it.
Yeah,
She lives out in the country. It's just it was ridiculous. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. There's a guy here named Pusher 371,
yeah. I hit
and
him. I'm
his
tired of it.
math,
He
his
does he doesn't.
math. But did you see the math he came up with?
No, I saw it. I saw
This
it.
guy this guy is dedicated to shitting on Belichick. Did you see the
And
the
it's
Adam
stupid.
Gase comparison? I
Yeah,
mean,
I saw that.
he's relentless. Like every other tweet.
He's not adding
It's
anything to the
just,
conversation,
it's
so
just
he's gone.
sometimes you gotta laugh. It's like, wow,
You're not
that's
adding
some
anything to the conversation. You're just
that's some
repeating
hate.
yourself, talking about how much Belichick. Like I don't know. Like did he sit with your mom or what? But whatever. Rant on your own time.
Wow. I don't know when
Copycat
you win
copycat
nine.
says copycat says uh, Pusher hates Bill Belichick more than we hate Bruce Arians. It looks like it, dude,
I
because
don't know if that's true, copycat.
that was some interesting percentage points there. Comparing him to
I don't
Adam
know if that's true,
Gase.
copycat. I don't know if that's true. After tonight, I wanted to go and kill him.
So Josh Allen just had a great throw, about one finally, and now it's back to advertising. So this could be a blowout. They've got to make something happen right now. But listen, they need. Yeah. It's just NFL now. If you've got a good offensive coordinator and a great schemer like
And a
Andy Reid
quarterback. Yeah.
and a quarterback that can execute, it's just it's too easy now.
That's why
Used to
that's
be able
why
to
the Bills are here because
used to be
Brian
able to
Dable.
hit people. You know,
Yeah.
it's just I'm just talking about making
Yeah,
them think about it. You know, just having second
growing up in
thoughts.
the '80s, watching players like Mike Singletary and Lawrence Taylor and Derek Thomas, just receivers wouldn't go over the middle. It took a special man to be able to run a slant route or run an in route
Yeah,
because
Ray Lewis.
nobody wanted to. Hmm. And now you can't touch a wide receiver. You can't touch a quarterback. So
You can't make them think about it. That's all. That's all. You don't want to hurt them. You just want to make them think about it. And you can't even do that
when
now.
we were kids, Aaron, there was a term that broadcasters used almost every game that I haven't heard in I don't know how long.
Happens
Alligator
forever.
arms.
Yeah, Sean Taylor was a beast too. Rest in power.
What was it, Jared?
Alligator
Sorry.
arms. You remember that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Receivers were so afraid to go over the middle, they would keep their arms to their chest and not extend out because they
Nope.
knew they were going to get their ribs broken.
Exactly. You never, ever extend. Ever.
Mm-hmm. And now, and we're talking about clean hits. We're not talking about the hits that
Yeah, like that
were
Jack Tatum hit.
headhunting hits. Yeah. We're just talking about good, clean, professional football where bodies hit each other hard. And in the 70s, in Three River Stadium, they had the AstroTurf without anything between the AstroTurf and the concrete. And when you got hit there, you knew it.
And that's why when we do the greatest quarterbacks of all time in the offseason, we have you have to have a formula that accounts for the changes, because one passing yard in 1970 is different than a passing yard in 1990, and is different than a passing yard in 2020. And you've got
That's
to account for
absolutely
those
right.
changes. It's just like inflation with money. You've got to translate it. And you got to find a pattern that works and it's fair to everybody. And what you do is you take, well, what I would like to do is take averages from a certain time period, and then in blocks of time as they change, along with major rule changes. And if you mix those two, anything can be assigned a number if you're willing to find it, and you give it a number, and you give it a value, and boom, you've got it. And that's how we need to approach it, because you can't just say, like right now, they're wanting to get Phillip Rivers in the Hall of Fame because of his yards. He's like 5th or 6th in passing yards all time. Okay, how did he get those? Now, every kid right now, Jared Goff, okay? Jared Goff, if he just plays the rest of his career consistently like he's been doing, he will be on that list. Does he go to the Hall of Fame too? Because it's a product of what's going on. You need to win. Winning is transcendent, okay? Winning doesn't care. Winning is winning because everybody else in your era is playing by the same rules. So if passing is easy in your era, then you better be racking up numbers. And you better be winning. Mm-hmm. That is the only thing that doesn't lose value or degrade over time, is winning. So, no, I'm sorry. I like Phillip Rivers, but he's not a Hall of Famer, dude. That's absurd. Oh my God.
Well, to be fair, that's the only way a Chargers quarterback can get into the Hall of Fame. Dan Fouts, a lot of yards, not a lot of winning.
It's kind of like the same thing with Frank Gore. Not to diss him or anything, but he's third in yards all time for running backs, and he only started playing in 2005. So, as long as you are consistent and you're on teams and you're healthy, you're gonna rack up stuff and you're gonna put up stats.
Right.
Yeah. And does he belong with a bust next to Barry Sanders, next to Jim Brown, next to Eric Dickerson and Emmitt Smith? That is offensive to me.
And
Walter Payton.
And do you know who's 5th on yards all time? Adrian Peterson.
Oh wow.
And he's been playing less than Frank Gore has.
And he got an MVP. Do you know how hard it is to get an MVP as a running back in the last 15 years? You have any clue? Yeah. Like, that is insane.
Yeah, I think Adrian Peterson is the only running back over the last 20 years that we've seen that could truly play in the 70s and 80s and 90s.
Oh, sure. Oh, absolutely. He's that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Frank Gore, he wouldn't have had the career he had in the 70s, 80s, and 90s if he was playing then that he's had now. Adrian Peterson, I think he would have done very well back then.
Perfect timing.
Halftime?
Yeah. If people are not, if they just thought about the Hall of Fame in the context of, okay, the person we're about to put in we're literally saying that they are the same. They are on par with all the other guys that are in there. If you thought that when you were making your vote, you wouldn't have voted for them. You wouldn't do it. If you thought about it in those contexts, you would not put these people in. It just wouldn't happen.
I mean, let's face this. The Hall of Fame is a popularity contest. It is. Because and the reason why I say it's a popularity contest is because, and I think we talked about this when we talked about Eli Manning making the Hall of Fame, is because it's mostly selected by writers and journalists from the NFL. So you have people like Ron Borges, whose job it was to make an argument for Richard Seymour, who should have already been Hall of Fame. I don't know why,
Right.
because he was a beast, especially in the aughts of the Patriots defense in the dynasty, in the first part of the dynasty. He should already be in the Hall of
Mm-hmm.
Fame. But yeah, when you have people like Ron Borges making the argument for him, he's already stuck because Ron Borges, if you know who he is, he's
Yeah.
first of all, he's a plagiarist. Second of all, he doesn't really cover football. He's a boxing person. And number three, he's a piece of shit. So
Well, we know
it's all
ESPN
a
likes the
popularity
boxing
contest.
commentators.
Yeah, it's a popularity contest. Why did it take so long for? Is T.O. in the Hall of Fame?
He is
Okay,
now. but it took him a long time to
Oh,
I'm
get
glad you brought
right.
I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, so there's two things that's happened in the last few years that has completely delegitimized the Hall of Fame. The first thing was not putting To in first ballot. When you did that, you put politics and personal things, and you let that override the on-field abilities of the person and what they achieved. So you fucked up there. Second, on the 100th anniversary,
You put it in a
they
whole
just
nother
opened a
category.
fucking assembly line. It was like a whorehouse.
And
Oh, come on
yeah,
in. You know, who are these
and
people?
they're not going to do it again. So those people who came into the Hall of Fame only came in because it was the 100th anniversary. I mean, unless the NFL gets to a 200th anniversary, but
Well,
the only
I'll say
reason the people
this.
like those are in there. Yeah.
Good, Shaq.
No, I was saying the only reason people like Jimmy Johnson, and I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve it. All I'm saying is that he's in a special category that was only made because the NFL had their 100th anniversary. So if it wasn't for the NFL's 100th anniversary, would he be in the Hall of Fame? I mean, it might have taken him another 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Frank Gore is a little different. See, he was never the best running back in the league. He wasn't even
Right.
top anything. I mean, like he it's just all bulk. It's like Phillip Rivers numbers. It's basically like for a running back. It's just being around, hanging around long enough. That's all it is. You know,
It's
To
attrition.
was the best wide receiver in the league for a long time. You know, it was either him or Moss. Just to take your pick. Dominated the game for a long time. So that's the difference there.
I think there's one player in the Hall of Fame that was not only integral to his team, but did things that hadn't been done before that deserves to be in the Hall of Fame and has never gotten into it, and that's Roger Craig. You know, what he did for the 49ers in the 80s. You know, the first player ever to have 1,000 yards receiving and 1,000 yards receiving, 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving in the same season.
Back when that seemed impossible.
Right. And, you know, he didn't have the length of the career that he needed to have because he doesn't have 10,000 yards all-time rushing. So he's gotten close, but he's never been put in because of that. And then you have someone like Frank Gore, who has, a 15-year career and has the yards because of attrition, but not because he's done anything exceptional or has contributed to a team that has been the best at their game.
Right. But I think the easiest way is just think about, can I put this person on equal footing with the guys that are in there? Can you answer that honestly? Mm-hmm. If you can honestly say that Frank Gore is equal to Barry Sanders and all those guys I named, okay, then you should put him in. So, but if you can't say that, then he doesn't belong. But they don't go by that. They, you know. In fact, honestly, I think they change their criteria every year. It just depends on which idiots are in charge. So.
Well,
see,
we
that's the
have
thing.
a big.
you're arguing though, C. Robbins. You're arguing to dilute the Hall of Fame going forward just because of a technicality, because other guys can't ever do that. Well, that's the whole idea. That's the whole point. It's supposed to be so prestigious. It's supposed to be rarefied air, you know? That's the difference. It's just Adrian Peterson was able to do that. So he played in the same era with Gore. You see what I mean? So I wouldn't even put Gore in the Hall of Fame, much less a first ballot. He'll get in, but they let anybody in now. Bill Cowher is in there. Come on. Really? Kidding me? So now just hanging around and then going into commentating gets you in the Hall of Fame. So Bill Cowher is on par with Bill Walsh and Bill Belichick and fucking Vince Lombardi and Paul Brown. Are you shitting me? Yeah, sure. That's believable.
Is George Seifert in the Hall of Fame?
Hell no.
And I'm not advocating for him other than just a comparison because he has 2 Super Bowl rings. And does Cowher have 2 or just 1?
1. He finally got one in that atrocious officiating Super Bowl in 2005.
Right. Yeah. And I'm not advocating for George Seifert to be in the Hall of Fame. He's a good coach, but not a Hall of Fame coach. But if you don't consider him, but you put Bill Cowher in, what is your criteria?
That he's hung around long enough and they
because
know
he's on television every week.
He's on television.
Exactly.
He's a peer to them. It was a here you should be in because we know you kind of shit. They completely screwed it up. They've completely messed it up. Yeah, I know that some guys got in the early days that don't belong. Okay, a lot of guys who were part of those early teams that started the NFL and all that crap, right? Okay, so there's some guys who probably don't deserve to be in it, but just because of that does not mean we should go ahead and keep going by that standard. It makes no damn sense. So because there's flaws, let's just keep doing that because there were flaws. I mean, what kind of thinking is that? It's ridiculous. So I mean, there's a lot of guys who've been in the Hall of Fame for decades that I have a problem with. I can't fix that, but we could certainly try to fix the future, but they don't want to because they're using that logic. Well, so-and-so's in, so he should be in. And, oh, great. So let's just keep lowering the bar because somebody fucked up decades ago.
Exactly.
I mean, why? Why would you do that? But that's what they're going by. So... Boy, they wouldn't want me in charge of the Hall of Fame. I'd be kicking people out. What?
Yeah. I apologize for my math earlier. I looked at the numbers wrong. Belichick, when you add the playoff wins, is 36 wins away from tying Don Shula for most wins all time.
Yeah, so a couple of seasons.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Like
so if he's in there for 4 seasons,
that's doable.
And if you give him a Matt Ryan or a Matthew Stafford, who has Matt Ryan may not have 4 years. I don't know. Matthew Stafford probably does.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, he doesn't have Matt Ryan has no injuries that we know of. So now Matthew Stafford has several concussions. A shitload actually. Probably more than we know because they didn't start diagnosing it real until recently. But yeah, and he's had some other injuries too. So we'll see. But Matt Ryan, yeah, there's no reason unless Matt gets hurt badly, then there's no reason why he can't last a long time. So you can't touch quarterback now. So.
Right, so if Belichick wins 9 games for the next 4 seasons, he'll tie him.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. And with all the love that's going on for Tom Brady, and deservedly so, Tom Brady deserves every accolade he ever gets. The three of us agree, and it should be well noted that all of Tom's success in Tampa, while merited and deserved, does not take anything away from Bill Belichick.
Right. Yeah,
No,
exactly.
yeah. At least it
So
shouldn't, but there are still people
no,
Guys,
like
guys,
put you're
guys,
in the
do
chat.
me a
You are.
favor. Can y'all do me a favor? Keep talking. I'm just gonna eat something really quick because I'm getting dizzy.
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
okay, so
Yeah,
keep the show
yeah,
going
please,
for me.
dude.
But I'm here. I'm listening.
Not a problem.
So, thank you.
Okay. Go. Yeah, Shaq. I know you talked about this a lot time looking at at commentators saying hateful things about Belichick right now. Brady won the divorce. They're the two greatest ever at what they do.
Ever.
And Belichick's going to get a chance to prove what he can do with the salary cap this offseason. And it'll be an interesting game next year if Belichick keeps Josh McDaniel, and you've got Matt Stafford or Matt Patricia, presumably as the defensive coordinator. I saw that he was coming back. I guess as the defensive coordinator.
Well,
And then
no,
you have
not Matt. Well, I don't know. I don't know what he's coming back as, but he's not going to be calling any
yeah.
plays. So
Oh, he's not. Okay.
no,
But you've got the three heads that were in New England for so long hosting Tom Brady. So that's going to be the most interesting regular
right.
season
I mean,
game in
who is
a
the
long
person
time.
who is the person? Oh, and by the way, we're going to that game. Make no mistake about that.
Yeah.
But who is the person that knows Tom Brady the most? It's Bill Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's
Mm-hmm.
another thing about, and when Bruce Arians said that thing about, we don't let we let Brady coach. Has he ever watched A Football Life that with Bill Belichick from
Right.
2009? Like
Talking about
he
Ed
was
Reed.
right there. Yeah, he was right there
Mm-hmm.
on the desk with him. So
Mm-hmm.
it, I just don't like the fact that we have to, if we're bigging up Tom Brady, and again, he should be given all the credit in the world, but we shouldn't
Yep.
have to congratulate and give credit to Tom Brady while downing Bill Belichick, because it doesn't make any sense. Because
Right.
either one of them wouldn't do it, so why should we do that? Like I just think
No,
that that's
absolutely.
an easy way. It's an easy way for sports journalists and talking head people to get content, and
Mm-hmm.
it's lazy and it's stupid.
It is stupid. And you have too many people that are just looking for a story, looking for clickbait, looking for a headline. In reality, Bill Belichick has won 9 conference titles. That's remarkable. And yes, Tom Brady was his quarterback for those 9 titles. But how many different teams, even though they were the Patriots franchise, how many different teams did Belichick coach to get there?
Yeah, and you can't win by yourself. You can't just like Brady
Mm-hmm.
isn't the only one on the field. So
Right. You have two
like I
different
think
dynasties. Go
yeah.
ahead.
No, I just say I think like every great coach who's had any run of success, like in any sport,
Mm-hmm.
like you've always had great players at key positions, and they don't have to be necessarily like
Right.
the top of the top. They just have to be players who have some type of modicum of balls, for lack of a better term, right? Especially when the lights are
Right.
on, right? Like Troy Brown, like he wasn't a top wide receiver, but
Right.
he was always dependable, and you knew to always go to him. Kevin Falk, like
Mm-hmm.
people like that. Like no, they're not like the best players ever, but when came, Tom Brady knew that when it came time, he would go to those guys because he knew that they would deliver. And so I just don't like the revisionist history that's going on.
Absolutely.
I mean, and
But it's
part of what defined
also who Brady or who Belichick found to put around Brady. Like Wes Welker, he was an undrafted
yeah,
free agent. in Miami who returned punts occasionally, and Belichick picked him up and made him a household name.
Right. He
Julian
was on,
Edelman.
like, he was returning punts for the Chargers in Miami.
Yeah, so, like, even on offense, even though Belichick's a defensive mind, to be able to find these players is incredible.
Right. And guys who were floundering in other teams. Like, remember that guy from the Lions who was the tight end? What was it? Tim Brown and Tim White or Tim Wright, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he came in for cheap and he had like 6 or 7 touchdowns on that season. I think it was 2014.
Yeah, and another example is Corey Dillon.
Yeah.
People in Randy Moss. People thought Randy Moss was done.
I'll be honest. When one of my friends, like, this is how far back this goes. I had AOL back then. I had AOL AIM, and I was friends with one of my friends. And the way I found out about Moss coming to the Patriots was and this is a Colts fan, by the way. So he IMs me, and he says, "Yo, Randy Moss is a Patriot," and I'm like, "What? I don't like this," because of the way he acted with the Raiders previously. Him walking off the field. And I was like, well, I don't know about this. I don't think this is going to work. But I said, if anybody can get him on the straight and narrow, it was Belichick. And what do you know? The first game, he scores 2 touchdowns. But that's because how good Randy Moss was. But
Randy Moss is a phenomenal once-in-a-generation talent, no question.
Yeah.
But to be able to get a disgruntled, all-star football player who had been burned out twice, the Vikings were tired of him, and the Raiders were tired of him. To get him to come in and to buy into the system that you have in New England, that's the coach, and that's why Bill Belichick deserves all the accolades for 9 conference titles.
Part of what defines a great coach is identifying and developing players into being great. And if you want to break that down into pieces, it's kind of deceptive. Like an artist, like they have to use a perfect shade or a perfect shade of purple to create, something. So
and Tom Brady,
I just think it's petty.
Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name, and I know Aaron knows it and would remember it quickly when he comes back. But there's the scout who identified Tom Brady and said, "This is the guy we had to draft." So I know that that's on him and not necessarily Belichick. But Belichick's the one who decided to keep 4 quarterbacks on his roster. And we all know, being Patriots fans, that roster spots for Belichick are premiums.
They're like,
he doesn't give like somebody
water.
Roster spot. Right. So he gave a 4th-string quarterback a roster spot and then put him in a position to where when Drew Bledsoe went down, which was horrible and unfortunate, which nobody saw coming, he had a guy in place that could carry the load, not knowing he would wind up being Tom Brady, but Tom Brady, this is the career that he had. But he's the one that made the decision to keep a 4th-string quarterback because he saw that there was something there that needed to be retained by the Patriots.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because remember Michael Bishop was another one, and I remember him not being very good, but I remember him saying something about because it's 53 guys. It's that's why everybody makes such a big deal about who's going to be the 53, and then why it's an even bigger deal when it's an undrafted free agent who makes the roster, because it's hard enough to be drafted and then make it, but then be undrafted, it's a feat.
Jared, you were referring to Dick Rabine.
Thank you. I knew you'd know the name. It just escaped me for the moment. In all the credit for Dick Rabine, and as you've mentioned before, Aaron, it's sad that he never got a chance to see Tom Brady become Tom Brady. But give
Imagine if he
Belichick
got.
the credit
Imagine
for
if
it.
if Dick got to live and seen
Mhm.
tonight on
Yeah.
top of everything
Yeah.
else. I mean, that has got to be the scout of scouts. That's got to be the greatest
Right.
scouting job of all time. It has to be, you know. So, yeah.
And now that you're back, I gotta jump off for a little bit, but I'll try to be back on pretty soon.
Okay, thanks for holding it down, guys. I appreciate it. Shaq, you're
Yep.
sticking around, right?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Okay. Um, but yeah,
Well, this Chiefs game's about to be over, so I don't think there's any point.
if it if it if it doesn't like if Kansas City just starts going nuts here, I mean,
Yeah.
I might as well. We might as well take that opportunity to to go to bed and probably rewatch the Bucks game.
I don't know if I want to relive that. Oof. I think I'll just watch the first half.
I have to answer some questions like what was I watching? What was that? Why? I need to know. I have to find out why. It's just he stepped out.
Oh my God, I'm not even ready for the revisionist history tomorrow on the talk shows. Oh, there's gonna be
Oh, you
so many
mean
people who give him credit and be like, "Oh, I knew it," and
oh, there's going to be a lot of people, including Max Kellerman, who's going to say that Tom got lucky.
yep,
Do you remember how he always blamed the AFC Championship game and against the Chiefs? He always said it was due
before,
to a offsides interception. Should have been an interception. That's his one go-to every time, right? He's going to
yep,
do that. He's going to do that tomorrow with this one. He's going to talk about the second half, but he's not even going to mention that. Rodgers did some really shitty stuff and threw a pick. So he's not going to mention
yeah.
that. That's just the way it goes. But someone's in the Super Bowl and someone isn't. And let's not pretend. Now, I give credit to the Bucs defense, okay? But let's not pretend that the Packers defense wasn't doing really good. I mean, they were. They kicked it up in the second half. I know they had a little bit of help because the Bucs were tired, but they still got it done. The defense was out there, and then they were able to take advantage of it. So because they were fresh, and Green Bay was sitting there running long ass drives while their defense could sit on the bench, and that works for them. So it's just good for everybody. Long drives is good for everyone. Except for your opponent. I was really hoping the Bills could make a game of this.
They were like in the beginning, but I don't know. It's just something about the Chiefs that once they start scoring, it's kind of demoralizing.
Exactly, Trav. It doesn't matter if it's an
Yep.
inch or a mile. The record books
Wins
that
a
put
win
the
is a
W
win.
in, they don't know the difference. It doesn't know the difference between 1 point or 40 because the next game could be completely different.
They call them out of bounds.
It's matchups. Everything is matchups. Everything. The Packers and okay, the Bucks were
Oh no,
always
they
a bad
didn't.
matchup for Green Bay. We saw that in Week 6. I mean, it's just not good for Green Bay, and it kind of bit them in the ass again tonight. Yeah, he stepped out.
He'll he'll do yeah. He'll do no little jittery stutter steps, get on my nerves. Just tackle.
I wish someone just knocked Hill out off it, just on his ass. I can't stand that dude. I'm interested to see the ratings between the NFC Championship game and the AFC game.
Oh, I'm sure the NFC game will be rated much higher.
I
I mean, the
know
way this game is going.
how bad it is, because people say, Tom Brady, they want him to retire and stuff. Do you really want him to retire? Because the last time I checked, it looks like he's a moneymaker. So,
By the way, this Super Bowl, if things turn out the way they turn out, that Super Bowl might do some ratings damage too. I mean, Mahomes, Brady,
Chiefs
again.
Yeah. Are the Bills even going to try to resist? Really?
It's like it's a matter of time before like they just totally.
I don't think it matters at this point. Brady just did the impossible. Okay? This is pure house money now. He's got another championship ring. Another one. On a new team. It's just crazy.
Are people really going to say that he's cheating? I mean, yes, they are. But how can you even? You really have to hate him for you to say that he's cheating this season.
Not just that, but you really have to be illogical and pathetic at the same time.
Yeah, because everything you could have expected things to not go his way this season. I mean, even with the talent on offense, things still went wrong. No off season, no practice, no 2-a-days. 43 years old. Games moved, canceled. It's like everything that you could possibly think of that was stacked against him, he's overcome.
Well, that's because.
And then in the game, his receivers don't count. His receivers don't catch.
Yeah.
His coach isn't helping him.
Yeah.
But he's cheating though. But everything he does is cheating.
Well, that's how he's overcoming it. So, didn't you know? Jesus, man. Really? So, here's the Bills' plan. On 3rd and 5, they give them 8 yards. Nice. It's very generous. They're a very, very generous team. I'm impressed.
I think the Chiefs have scored 21 unanswered. Maybe I'm wrong because no, not 21 unanswered, 14 unanswered.
At this point, I don't think the Bills know what answered means. So the Bills are playing as if the Chiefs have the greatest defense ever devised in the mind of men. So yeah, this is. So if I know I just want to say it again, in case some people weren't on. But this week we're going to have a few sessions for the members only part of YouTube. So if you're not a member yet, be sure to sign up. Starts at only $1.99. So I lowered it to the low setting because I wanted you guys to be there. So don't miss out on that because we're going to have some interesting sessions coming up. So let's see. The Patriots brought out a better fight with Brian Hoyer than the Bills. Yeah, this is pathetic.
They really did. They really did. And that was on the night of the game where they flew from Foxborough to Kansas City, and they put up a better effort than this.
Again, it's one thing to lose, but it's to lose and suck. Just lack of effort, just stupidity. That's infuriating. That's just hard to deal with.
Jeremy, it was only Tyreek Hill. He's like their fourth wide receiver. You would think Tyreek Hill, like they're all the wide receivers of Tyreek Hill, the way the Bills are playing them.
Well, they're treating Tyreek Hill as if you know he's a nobody. So it's it's bizarre. Actually, it's very strange. I mean, if this is what coaching is in the NFL, we need to apply. Honestly.
Yeah, like this. There you go. I mean, you have to expect they would do something like that.
Now, I would prefer to coach from the press box. So if I can see the whole field,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I could. I think I could do a pretty good job of calling the game and
But
scheming and
you would
stuff.
need a use binoculars and stuff.
Now, um, I would want a few years of time to really research and get some experience. But my God, I mean, if this is, and I'm not saying that because I think I'm so great. I'm saying it because I think they're so bad. That's the point. Because if this is what they do, if this is how they coach, like what we saw with Bruce Arians, if that is coaching, if that is coaching that gets you $5 million per year, what the hell? Okay, it's absurd that there are only a handful of coaches in the league who can dominate the league. It's ridiculous. That there's just so much shitty coaching. It's unbelievable.
I wonder how the vetting process is for these coaches. Like, what do they have to like? Is it just an interview? Because if it's just ooh, wow, nice hit there. See, that's the type of hit you need. That's the type of hit to get your guys pumped up.
Yeah, I don't think they know what that means either.
Yeah, but I was saying, what is the interview process? If it's just like an interview face to face and then that's it, then like a lot of guys are good at interviews, but that's why
Damn.
oh, you saw the hit just now.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the type of hit you need.
Do
Oh,
that.
I missed that.
Keep doing that, but do it to Tyreek Hill. Nothing slows down a mouthy little piece of shit like lighten them up. That works every time. You got to catch him first, but field goal, and he makes it. Wow, this is a riveting game. I'm completely on the edge of my freaking seat. I don't know. I think I over freaked out during the first game because I'm feeling very weird, like kind of dizzy and jittery.
Yeah,
I might be
lightheaded.
tired too because I've been up since early this morning researching for today, but I'm getting ready. But um, yeah, I'm feeling weird. I don't know what's going on. That's odd because I normally am fine, but it's strange.
Oh, Dark Minute Man makes a good point. It's not over yet, but the Patriots are the only team in the postseason to win in Kansas City so far against Mahomes.
True. Very very true. Remember when they blew that game against the Steelers a few years ago, like the Alex Smith Chiefs? They blew that game
Oh,
against the
yeah.
Steelers. Eric Fisher like got called for holding, and and like all of Kansas City wanted him dead.
Yeah.
You remember that?
All of Kansas City sent tweets to Eric Fisher, but it was a weatherman in Boston. They sent all the tweets to instead of Eric Fisher, the
Wrong Air Fisher. Yeah.
lineman. I mean, there's so many damn streaming services. It's like it's crazy.
Can't keep
Now
up.
they just announced another one. There's gonna be Paramount Plus. Now there's Disney Discovery Plus. There's Disney Plus.
Shaq,
Fuck
I
me
don't feel
plus.
well. I feel weird. Hmm.
Yeah, Tiffany, I'm the same way. Like I'm just mellow now because the first game just took everything.
Some random Patriots fan says up by 2 scores, throw it 50 yards every other play. Yeah, if you got Bruce Arians, why not, right? Who needs running the clock? That's for wimps. They have to do something on this drive. They have to. If they can score a touchdown here, I will at least be intrigued. But right now, I can't believe that how bad the Chiefs are making this Bills offense look. It just doesn't make sense. After what we've seen Josh Allen and Diggs do all year, this
Yeah.
is kind of
How come they haven't
surprising.
really? Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think that they were going to score 30 or something, but I thought at least they could keep the game close and keep Kansas City around 2021.
Right. Keep them on the toes.
But this could get ugly real fast. Cole Beasley looks like he owns like 3 Harley Davidsons.
Does he fit on them? Because he's so small.
Okay, that's good. They got time. I mean, it's not like,
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. They got plenty of time.
I mean, they
Only
can buckle
12 points
down.
now. That's a nice pass.
I think the intensity of that game a while ago, this game just won't be able to
No.
come up to that level,
Yeah.
unless Buffalo makes a huge run, then it'd feel something. But and honestly, to me, okay, if it's Kansas City, then maybe if Tom wins, he would have gone through Breeze,
Nice,
Rodgers, and
Beasley.
Mahomes.
Let's go.
Let's go. I can't even yell. I had no
I
energy.
didn't
I was
yell
like,
either.
I go, hey, how intense is this? Let's go. Wow, that was intense. So, oh, you're right. Great play by Beasley. That dude's got a mullet. He can rock a mullet too. I went to high school with a guy that looked
Oh,
like that. I still can't believe how many people we had in the first show.
that was crazy.
I'm so
Yeah.
proud of that. You guys are
But was
awesome.
that but was that in the beginning or was that towards the end? I think we were
We
stuck
we
around
were
70 or
we
something.
spent in the 70 range, But then right at the end of the game, I
That's
took
the
a look at it.
hand.
It
Yeah,
was like woof, all the way
yeah,
up.
it went up.
Looks like the
Well,
algorithm is liking us because of
yeah, it,
the membership thing's working. It really is. So, because
yeah.
we've never had that before.
Oh, yeah, that was our most. That's awesome. Just means the power of Brady. People like it when he wins.
Hell yeah.
I guess because the title of the video, I guess it must have
Sure,
given
but
people a hint that hey, this is the game.
we've always had that, like,
Yeah,
um, and
it was a
it's
special
just
day.
it was a good day. Yeah, it was a good day.
I can't imagine what it will be for the Super Bowl though.
But you got to think about the subscription base. They're it's all most people got here because of Brady, so
Yeah. Ooh.
they see that we're covering the Brady and they check it out. I just want to see what the Bills do on this drive. And then I'll probably head out. There he goes. There goes Josh. Nice. Oh, wait. Did he fumble? No, he was already down. Tony Romo is obnoxiously biased about Mahomes. Yes, Dark Minute Man, he is.
Nice.
He is
He's
the
getting
gentleman
a
who
lot.
gave us, look at that torque. That was outstanding on so many levels. Jared,
Can't
yes.
believe he hasn't said that yet.
Jared says, let us go. Let my people go. I don't have you captive.
Is he saying that I yawned just now, or
Maybe he thinks I'm holding you captive.
oh no? I'm okay.
No, like I said, let's just see what they do on this drive. So the man walks on Gatorade. How could that not be biased? How can one not be biased? That's true, Daniel. Tony Romo is in love with Mahomes. It's sickening. It really is. The love he has for that man is crazy. Holden Beasley, the man that Dark Minute Man called Joe Dirt. We had Joe Dirt on our show once, remember?
Oh yeah, yeah. He was kind of weird.
I agree, Luke. Romo was awesome in his first year or two because he was trying to be an analytic guy, and now he's all just hype, hype, hype. He sounds like
Yeah, like
Collinsworth and fuckers like that.
he
It's
makes so
just
much noise. Like
ooh ah ooh. Hey, so here's what Romo does if the call looks like somebody stepped out of bounds on a touchdown. He's watching the replay. Ooh, I don't know, Jim. I don't know, Jim. Oh, Jim. Oh, God. It's like, dude, someone shoot that. Please.
I remember on the AFC Championship game, the Jacksonville, when Amendola made the catch and they were reviewing it, all he made was those noises. It was like he was letting things out.
Fucker. I can't stand him. He's still better than Phil Simms, though. Anything is better than a Sims.
Oh, yeah.
So,
We talked about
can't stand him. Fourth and 3. Fourth and 3 is not going to get this done. You suck. You suck.
They're kicking it.
Okay. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, you can't be kicking field goals in Kansas City.
Yeah. Screw this. That's true. Well, at least not yet anyway, Dark Minute Man. So, what do you think? Call it? I think so.
If the next drive, I would say, yeah.
You mean see what the Chiefs do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're buffering? Yeah, I'm working on a new effects palette I got. It's really cool. I bought it from a gypsy. Phil Sims did. Milena, someone asked about you. He said, "Where'd the pretty lady go? She was the only reason worth watching this piece of crap. These two dudes are idiots. Please bring back the pretty lady." That was rude, man. Damn. Do you hear that, Shaq?
Yep.
That was mean. Okay, I just see a bunch of advertising. Yeah, I miss John Madden too. Nobody could state the obvious better than John Madden, and it wouldn't make me mad.
Yeah. John Madden and Pat Summerall. Both they didn't get on my nerves.
Now, Chris Collinsworth tries to do Madden, and will state the obvious, and it's just annoying. I just constantly say, "Shut up!" Like, just shut up. I don't want to hear it, you know. Exactly, Alex. I don't get this. Do they really believe? Do they really believe that they? I don't know. Well, whatever. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Yeah, I like Al too, but Al is a play-by-play. We're talking about the color guys.
Tackle hit. That okay, I'll take that.
I still can't believe this. Now, I mean, they're showing that Super Bowl 55 logo.
Yeah.
I can't believe Tom Brady is going to be playing in that. That's just weird. Like, it's just starting to hit me.
After he was in Super Bowl 53.
I mean, what the hell,
First one
Shaq?
was 36.
Someone finally threw Mahomes down. Did that really
Yeah,
happened? Okay. That just happened.
all right. Oh God, no. Okay, well, yeah, this game's over now.
Okay.
Yeah,
So just wait for it.
just about over now.
Wait
Yeah,
for
wait
it.
for
Okay.
it.
It's coming.
I mean, yeah, wait for it.
Well, at least they got to slam him to the ground. That was something. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Did you see it?
Dude, that was pathetic.
Yep. I'll be right back.
Oh, C. Robbins, I know, man. I was kidding. I was kidding back. So, yeah, I thought it was funny. Um, why? How? How do you let. This is just sad. I mean, everything is just about speed because you can't stop anybody. You can't make them feel it. You know, you one of the strategies in football was to hit them, and it gets in their head, it gets in their psyche, it makes them like not want to go certain places on the field. And if you even touch someone, look at them wrong. It's bad, and I know it's bad. It's bad on Brady too. For it's bad for all of them. It's bad. You know, everybody gets these flags now, and it's just it's unbelievable. And as if the Chiefs didn't need more help. So, yeah. As if the Bills were manhandling the Chiefs so well that they thought they'd just make it more interesting and get a call. So that'd be cool. That makes it more fun. I hate those damn gimmick plays. I hate those. They're so annoying. All right. I can't watch this garbage anymore. Bills, this is just sad. I mean, I understand you losing and all, but this is just pathetic. They're making fools out of you. I mean, I thought the Bills were supposed to be like a stout team. Playing like shit. The Bills, yeah, whatever. Yeah, yeah. Hill got a gazillion yards after the catch, and oh my God, that was the greatest Mahomes play of all time. I remember 2 years ago they made fun of Brady when he was getting a lot of yak off, guys like White, and they wouldn't let him live it down. And now it's look how great he is, how great Mahomes is. So I wonder if Buffalo wants to keep kicking field goals. I wonder if that's their strategy from here on out. We sure that they don't have Bruce Arians as their coach? Oh, maybe you might want to think about running the 2-minute drill now. Maybe you should have done that in the first 10 minutes of the game. So, where the hell did Shaq go? Hurry up, Shaq. I want to say bye to you. Gemini, man, I'm so sorry. This pisses me off. I mean, this is just sucks. I mean, I got you guys this badass artwork. You know, I thought this would be a battle, like, crazy battle, but the thing is, what's funny is I know sounds impossible, but they're only 2 scores down, so they're only 2 possessions down. I mean, Brady did it, so and it was more than 2. Okay. I know, Captain Forever. Romo is the worst at Chiefs games. The worst. It's so noticeably different. It's, I just can't stand how arrogant the Chiefs are. They just annoy me. It's funny. The only one who doesn't annoy me is Mahomes. Um, I'm annoyed by how people kiss his ass, but the actual players on the Chiefs who piss me off are Kelsey and Hill and guys like that, and they're just so cocky. Are you shitting me? We've got to listen to. Wait, the Super Bowl's on CBS? Shit. That's right. Yeah, they just advertised. Okay. So, we got to listen to this jackass again.
Yeah, so they scored, right? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is pretty much done. I
Yeah, I
think
would say
everybody else
so.
is tired anyway. So I just I didn't want to go without telling you bye. So
No, yeah.
um, yeah, I'll just finish this game in bed. I've got to. I'm dead tired. And if this game was close and it was really competitive, then I would stick around. But it's just I
Yeah,
don't.
the last game took so much energy out. It's
Come on.
just
I mean, if this is the effort the Bills are going to put in, why should we?
yep. Oh, even the passes that don't go their way are like so.
Oh, Tiffany, it was great. It was fun. I mean, I did get angry there, but we won. That's all that matters. Brady won, so it's just Bruce Arians. I'm gonna send him a scathing letter this week. I've got
Oh
to know.
yeah. All right, that's it.
Do you guys understand that if we all write that idiot, I mean, telling him exactly how stupid that whole sequence was? I mean, all right, guys, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for today. It was wonderful, awesome, amazing. The amount of support you guys
Thanks
gave
for all the
us.
likes and reviews too.
It was awesome. So
Well, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe.
yeah, exactly. And also, guys, stay in the community section, bookmark it, the community section with the post, because I'm always posting stuff to keep you guys informed. Because It's the only way. That's the only way I have to get a hold of a lot of you. So always keep that in mind. And we'll see you this week soon. Okay. So it's not going to be another week. We'll be in touch soon. All right. Bye, guys. Bye, Shaq. Have a good night, man.
All right. Night, man. Good night.